Brian Dable might just go from being a coach that was fired and on the hot seat ready to get charged to being a coach that might be, dare I say, almost a coach of the year candidate, because bringing in Jackson Dart and the Giants, and they're such a roller coaster strange team. They win games they shouldn't, and they lose games that they should. They win games they shouldn't, and they lose games that they shouldn't. They just kind of all over the place. They looked dismal against New Orleans last week, like they were in the Arch Manning, whoever is the top draft pick next year's sweepstakes, and then they come out against Philly and smash the Eagles. And Scatterberg was running like Tyrod, make me think of Mark Bavaro as a fullback. I mean, Dart was running. The Giants look like a different team with Jackson Dart at their quarterback. Was when they're winning. When they win. When they lose, then they look like the Giants of what and they look hit and miss. But very impressive. The Eagles looked flat. They were getting pounded on both sides of the ball. That interception was huge because even as though the Giants were by 10, if Philly gets a touchdown, that might be a different ball game. So that was a 14-point swing right there. So, but the Giants were just having their way with them. They had their way with them. This Giants team, that's showing me signs of the old Giants way, where they pound you. You remember when they won the Super Bowl, especially when they beat the Patriots, when they were running physical up the gut. With Bradshaw and them, they were running physical up the gut and ball possession and chewing up clock and just smash mouth and beating you up. And then just beating you on the other side with getting sacks and coming up with big plays. Oh, very, very, very reminiscent of that. Now, sometimes it's just these rivals that bring the best out of you. So don't get too excited if you're a Giants fan, because you still got to play Washington a couple of times. And you got to play Dallas again. And you do have 4 losses. And let's keep it 100. You're not what I consider a playoff team, now a wild card team. But I'll say this. If they play like that, they feisty enough to be a problem for somebody. But we'll see if they'll be spoilers or they'll get in. That was some very reminiscent old school Giants football. That's probably the best I've seen them look in quite a while. And Brian Daboll got so lucky because Lord knows he was about ready to get flipped like a grilled cheese sandwich. I mean, he was getting ready to get turned over, and they told Philly a new one. Philly is still just inaccurate on offense, and they don't look good. And Saquon Barkley, it's a hangover. One of the things I got to ask before the football season started is, could Philly repeat or whatever they be? And I say, well, on paper, they got the talent, but do they have the mental emotion to come back? Because sometimes you get complacent. Sometimes you win, and then you think, you get kind of like lull. You kind of get into like a daydream. You kind of like, just kind of